First thing I thought of when I saw the title, Carry On by Fun. That's a great song.
Carry on.
What's up, Netflix fans? Brand new Christmas movie? Sort of. It's Carry On.
You killed him. I gave you some pretty simple rules. You got cute. I'd say you killed him.
A mysterious traveler blackmails a young TSA agent into letting a dangerous package slip through security onto a Christmas Day flight. It's rated PG-13 for strong violence, bloody images, language, and suggestive references. Taron Egerton is someone who I am just a big fan of. Whatever the project is, animated, live action, Kingsman, Rocket Man, this guy can do it all. But starring in a throwback 90s action flick with Jason Bateman and a bunch of really solid character actors was not what I expected him to do in 2024. Alas, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I feel like a lot of people are going to watch this movie and see all of the ridiculous things that happen and the conveniences in the plot, how, you know, this guy's running around the airport with someone talking in his ear, doing all types of stuff, and I wouldn't say getting away with it, but not as many people are suspicious as need to be. But I get it. You're at an airport. People are busy. They're carrying on. See what I did there?
He said it. He said it.
With their own lives. And, all right, I can look past that. If you deliver something that we really haven't seen in a good bit, it's very mid-90s action thriller. If you even want to go back further than that. What do the kids say? It's giving Die Hard. Why do they say that? I don't even get that. I just saw it on Twitter. Does it even make sense? It's giving? Is it? I don't know.
You're lame.
Don't let my wife see this. She'll judge me. But it comes from the director of Nonstop, Run All Night, The Commuter, a lot of Liam Neeson movies in here, The Shallows, Black Adam, one of those things does not belong, and now this. So clearly he's handled movies like this before. I believe he also directed Jungle Cruise, so maybe two of those don't belong. He likes The Rock.
And I never want to hear it again, and I'm never going to fucking forgive him for wasting my time. That is time I will never get back. It's like dog shit is in my ear.
The Rock's not in this film. For some reason, the movie tries to hide who the villain is, but it's revealed to us in the marketing, the trailer, IMDb, so there's no reason for me to keep that from you. But I like the cast, man. Jason Bateman, it's very, I'm not going to say he's a one-note actor. He's a phenomenal actor. I love anytime he's on screen. But, this could be an Ozark spinoff. Not really, but he's playing that type of, quick-witted, one-step-ahead type character. And you have to be with this because you are in charge. Taron Egerton's character is clearly not in charge, and he has to watch his every move, every step, because if he does something wrong, the love of his life could lose her life or other people around him. And that's what I'm saying about believability. That's really my issue with the movie. You could look into the script and say, he's making decisions, doing hand motions, slipping things into people's drinks. There's also, with what I just said, there's an unresolved plot point that I thought they would kind of resolve at the end. I was a little disappointed that they didn't. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Sofia Carson's also in here. She does a nice job. Danielle Deadwyler, when I saw her pop up, I'm like, oh my God. Well, she's going to be an integral character. And at first, her character is kind of that cliche FBI, CIA agent, LAPD, whatever you want to call it, playing that role of something's going down. I know something's going down. I'm trying to figure it out while it's playing out for the audience. And inevitably, those two stories intersect, which I appreciate how that was done. You don't get to see the core two spend a lot of time together, but Deadwyler is solid when she's on screen. Her character surpassed my expectations, being cliche, but she does a nice job with the role. But Taron Egerton, that's who we're following here, and every decision he makes being one step behind, like we said. But also, you can feel that he wants to do more. He wants to make that risky decision or do something that could cost him everything. People's lives are at stake because of the main point of the movie, which I haven't really talked about, and that is there's a suitcase. It's got to get through. What's in the suitcase? What's this all about? What's the grand scheme? What's the overall plan? Maybe they don't dive into that as much as I wanted them to, but at the same time, that's not as important as the mission, the goal at hand. And that's very simple. And I appreciate the fact that that was simple. They're not throwing too much at us. It's not a Mission Impossible movie, which I love those films, but that type of complexity is not needed. It's more along the lines, and I go back to that Die Hard comparison, or what Colette Serra has directed in the past, and it's this type of very grounded, even though it's a plane movie, it's grounded. See what I did there? Grounded-ish type of plot. I guess more simplistic than grounded, because you're using suspension of disbelief more than a few times in this movie. And it's going to frustrate some people. And I have a feel like I have friends who I feel like if they watch this, even my wife, she might roll her eyes and be like, all right, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. But it's hard not to have fun with this because of the tension, because of the escalation of tension, because of the interactions between the characters. And it's hard not to really enjoy Bateman and Egerton going back and forth, one-on-one. That's entertaining, man. This movie is just really entertaining, and it's a straight-to-Netflix thriller with a good cast. Oftentimes, those kind of fall flat, and even though the script is not the best I've ever seen, I think all of these things working in tandem cause it to be a really solid thriller. There were a few times, I guess, where you could tell it was a lower budgeted thriller because of one sequence that utilizes a bit of CGI. It looked a bit awkward, but I also thought it was really cool. Also, the ending, without spoiling things, another list of conveniences that I could point out along the way. But again, don't want to get too detailed. And then it did kind of go down exactly how I anticipated, but then again, how else would you end this movie? And so, yeah, you could say it's one of those turn your brain off movies, but there's some intriguing dialogue and the stakes are high, which I appreciate. So let me know what you think. I don't know, man. I was in the mood for a movie like this. Don't think too hard about it, Austin. Leave your thoughts down below. What is the best Netflix movie of the year? If you want to see that top 10 list from me this week, drop that like down below. Tells me you want to see it. Carry On is simple, well-directed, and filled with incredibly tense moments that will have you on edge until the finale. We are breaking new ground with this throwback action thriller, and there are more than a few times where suspension of disbelief comes into play, but it does its job. Egerton and Bateman are having a blast, and again, this director kind of thrives in this type of environment, so carry on, or carry on, or carry on. Yeah, all right. I'll see you soon.